Welcome to Wealth Stories, where we go beyond the headlines and deep into the habits, rituals, and obsessions of the world's most powerful people. Today, we're not talking about private jets or super yachts. We're talking about something far more personal: what a billionaire puts in their mouth at lunchtime, and why that single decision is worth more than most people make in a year. Think about it this way: if your time is worth $50,000 an hour, a 2-hour food coma after a bad meal doesn't just feel sluggish, it costs you $100,000 in lost cognitive output. Suddenly, that sad desk sandwich starts looking like financial negligence. That's not an exaggeration, that's math. Today, we are deconstructing the complete meal of the ultra-particular elite. This isn't about expensive ingredients for the sake of showing off. This is biological engineering on a plate, intentional, data-driven, and ruthlessly optimized. So let's get into it. Here's what most people don't realize. The billionaire diet starts months before any food touches the plate. It starts with data. The ultra-wealthy don't just tick the organic box at a grocery store. They commission labs to test the actual mineral density of the soil their produce is grown in. If the magnesium levels in a batch of spinach aren't hitting the optimal threshold, that spinach is off the menu. No exceptions. This matters more than most think. Vegetable nutritional content has declined by up to 40% over the last 50 years due to industrial farming and soil depletion. The billionaire knows this and has adjusted accordingly. Every ingredient has a fully traceable origin story. It's a non-negotiable standard built around what insiders call molecular integrity. A food is only as good as the chain of custody that brought it from the earth to the plate. Wild-caught versus farm-raised isn't an ethical debate here. It's a nutrient density argument. And before any solid food, there's the water. Never tap. It's structured water calibrated to a specific pH and mineral TDS count, designed to optimize cellular hydration at the mitochondrial level. Hydrated cells mean a faster firing brain. A faster brain means better decisions. Everything is connected. Now let's build the actual plate. Forget factory farm chicken. We're looking at line-caught bluefin tuna or A5 Miyazaki Wagyu. But the preparation matters just as much as the ingredient. This protein is almost always cooked via sous vide, vacuum sealed in a water bath held at exactly 54.4 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, essential amino acids are preserved and the formation of heterocyclic amine, the carcinogens created when meat gets charred, is completely eliminated. Same great result, zero biological tax. Next comes the fat layer, and billionaires are obsessed with MCTs and monounsaturated fats for very good reason. These fats bypass standard digestion and convert almost directly into ketones, which the brain uses as a superior fuel source compared to glucose. The star of this layer is half an avocado, ideally grown in volcanic soil for elevated potassium content, drizzled with early harvest extra virgin olive oil. This is not your supermarket variety. Early harvest oil is pressed from green, unripe olives and contains up to 10 times the polyphenol concentration of standard olive oil. It has a distinctly spicy, throat-burning finish. And that burn is the oleocanthal, a compound with anti-inflammatory properties comparable to ibuprofen. This is edible neuroscience on a plate. The third and most underrated layer is a tablespoon of unpasteurized small-batch purple kraut, raw fermented cabbage, loaded with live probiotic cultures. Here's why this is non-negotiable for anyone performing at the highest level. Approximately 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut, the brain. A compromised microbiome doesn't just cause bloating. It directly degrades decision-making quality, emotional regulation, and stress resilience. For someone whose daily calls move markets, gut health isn't a wellness trend, it is a competitive edge. But the plate itself is only half the story. What truly separates the billionaire is the system built around eating it. Many Silicon Valley founders eat with a biosensor stuck to their arm, a continuous glucose monitor, streaming real-time blood sugar data straight to their phone. Because even genuinely healthy foods can cause dramatic glucose spikes in certain people, and a glucose spike means an inevitable crash, brain fog, and destroyed focus. If brown rice sends someone's levels through the roof, that food gets blacklisted from their diet permanently. This is personalized nutrition taken to its absolute logical extreme. Then there's the zero decision loop. Decision fatigue is a real, documented psychological phenomenon. Every choice you make depletes the same mental bandwidth you need for high-stakes thinking. The billionaire's solution is to eliminate the decision entirely. Many top executives eat the exact same optimized lunch Monday through Friday. No menu, no deliberation, zero cognitive overhead. The meal becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth, and that saved mental energy gets redirected toward things that actually matter. Research confirms that eating fiber first, then protein, then fats, and lastly, complex carbohydrates can reduce the post-meal glucose spike by up to 75% compared to eating in random order. Same food, completely different metabolic outcome, just from sequencing. On the beverage side, you will not find a single can of soda anywhere near this lunch. The drink of choice is ceremonial-grade matcha, stone-ground, shade-grown, and often paired with a precise dose of L-theanine. This amino acid promotes calm, focused alertness without the jittery edge of pure caffeine. Neuroscientists describe the combination as producing relaxed wakefulness. Billionaires call it their unfair advantage in a glass. And if they drink alcohol in the evening, it's typically dry farm wines, lab-tested and certified free of added sugars, synthetic additives, and mold toxins. Even the hedonism is optimized. Here's the truth I want you to sit with. You don't need a private chef or a lab-tested garden to absorb the real philosophy behind all of this. The billionaire mindset around food comes down to one fundamental shift. Food is not a reward for finishing your work. Food is the fuel that makes the work possible in the first place. The most expensive thing on a billionaire's plate isn't the Wagyu or the volcanic soil avocado. It's the intention behind every single bite. So here's my question. If you had a private chef starting tomorrow, what's the one superfood you demand they keep stocked in your fridge? Drop it in the comments below. And if this kind of deep dive content is what you're here for, subscribe to Wealth Stories and share this video with someone who still thinks lunch is just lunch. We'll see you in the next one. Stay hungry, stay optimized.